Okay, it's now time for the Lair of the Clockwork God, and its music is loud. My name is NPC. Welcome to Switchtoberfest. I'm playing a new Switch game every day. Not a new one, but new to me. An unplayed Switch game from my library every day this month, except for Sundays. In alphabetical order. Today is my L day for Lair of the Clockwork God. Tomorrow is my M day for Metroid Dread. Finally, I've been waiting a whole week. So, we are ready to go with Lair of the Clockwork God. From what I understand, this game is there's two different genres of game, kind of all in one, and there's two different players, two different characters that play different styles. I don't know if I get to choose which one to use, or if the game kind of forces me into it. We're gonna find out, but it's a pixel art game developed by a very small team. One guy, it's kind of an indie game. Often goes on sale for about $9.99 in the eShop. I think its regular price is about $15. So we're gonna see what this game is all about. I've recommended this game a couple of times based on some other reviews, based on things like that, but I've never actually played it myself. So let's get started. We're gonna go. Okay. The music is good so far. I like the background. There's like all this stuff going on. There's like a Ferris wheel. There's like birds. There's a crashing airplane. There's a meteor. There's a giant robot attacking a clock tower. There's a dinosaur. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, it seems, you know, like there's a lot going on. Thanks for buying Lair of the Clockwork God Deluxe Edition. You have unlocked a bonus free copy of Devil's Kiss. Ooh, I don't know what Devil's Kiss is, but I want it. All right, access to Deluxe Edition content from the main menu at any time. Okay. Find out how it all began with Devil's Kiss. Interesting. Devil's Kiss. Find out more about how Dan and Ben met at high school by experiencing a hilarious visual novel, Devil's Kiss. Available just to the left of this message. Let's just play the base game for now. Let's play the base game. Why am I echoing a little bit? There we go. I'll fix it. My TV was on. Okay. All right. This is a nice long load time. Did I accidentally push Devil's Kiss? Oh, I don't think I did, but no, this wouldn't be it. This is Peru 2 weeks ago. Oh, there they are. I hate this already. I'm not doing any platforming. We talked about this, Ben. Pointing and clicking is dead. It's those trendy platformer kids are in now. We need to stay relevant. I'm going to be an indie darling performer instead. Of course. You prance around. Like you, Dan, I'm going to stick with using my brain. And my hands. And sometimes my mouth. So then, which supervillain are you going to defeat with your amazing new jumping skills? Actually, we're looking for a flower. What? This is one of your wacky adventures, Ben. It's a poignant quest. This is a rare and most likely metaphorical flower. Cures cancer! You can't even get more worthy than that. Uh-huh. Once we find this flower, presumably find a wacky florist. And swap it for a more useful item. No, we use it to cure our friend Matthew. He has a particularly unpleasant case of colon cancer and needs our help. What a noble quest. It's all very relevant and modern. Bloody hell. We've done enough of that old-fashioned talking already. I'm going on ahead. Have fun with your brain. I'll wait there, and you wait there, and I'll run on ahead. Okay. Oh. Fiddlesticks. This lever is too small for my colossal hands. Alright, maybe I need your help already. I see. So I switch. And now... Which Matt is... It's Matt C. Shame. I like Matt C way more. Okay, cool. So I can switch back and forth. And then he's got like a point and click vibe to him. You can press the jump button all you like. I'm no platformer. I absolutely refuse to engage any of my baser urges. Wow, he's like a hipster. He's like a platformer hipster. What happened there? Okay. Oh, but we need us both. See the two diamonds here? Oh, there's this floating monolith thing. Checkpoints. When we die, we respawn at the checkpoint we last crossed. Standard platforming procedure. Death is now consequence-free. Bar being a mild inconvenience. Okay, hang on. Why can't Matt C just respawn then? How come he's all pathos and heartstrings? Well, he's not a platformer. It's different. How dissonant. What's death like anyway? Oh, just a cold dark void with no concept of space. Basically. Wow. Okay, there's no double jump here. Can I interact with this guy? Okay, so I have to... Whenever I talk to... Hey, you there, hippie. You look a bit cluttered for a platformer. I think the yellow one is my actual text. You look a bit, cluttered for a platformer. Thanks for the constructive feedback, but I'm actually an indie developer. Aren't we all? My name is Tarquin. I'm the highest form of artistic creative imaginable. And you are? Ben? I'm from Point and Clicks. Oh, charming. I remember those from back in the olden days. I like my father used to play. Uh-huh. So, you gonna get moving or what? I can't see through your massive beard. Well, full disclosure, I'm struggling to get over this pit of spikes. I'm developing a walking simulator, not a jumping simulator. What's your game about? Let's just... It's engaging having a perspective mechanic where objects can change size depending on z-axis value. And it's because Starmie is the protagonist. It's a bit narcissistic, don't you think? Interesting opinion. But I like to think autobiographical games are super innovative. What's a dev like you doing out here on the front lines? I'm doing research for my next game. Apparently, there's a thematically potent flower around here somewhere. They say it has the power to cure cancer. I'm going to use it as inspiration for my next interactive narrative experience. Wow. No chance, Buster. We want that flower. Sounds like a worthy quest. And Dan's all about worthy shit now. I have a project, huh? Well, I certainly welcome healthy competition. Good luck getting over those impassable spikes, though. Get back to work, you lazy dev. Okie dokie. Have a productive day. Okay, here, I have an idea. I'm gonna... use... a bladder? No. Okay, so he can't interact with this. Push. I want to push him. Come on, stop posing, get a move on. Other people want to use the course. There, now he becomes our platform. Perfect. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so let's switch to Dan. Just like those James Bond with the bits with the crocodiles, platforming is the coolest. Pressure pads, gentleman's way to get things done. Of course, see how effortless it is to make things happen? Just stand in the right place and wait. Huh. I'll stick to jabbing at things with my fingers, How is it we can hear each other over any distance? It's the light telepathic bond we picked up. Your Twitch is being weird and you signed in, but it looks like I'm not. And you can't see chat colors on my channel points? Oh, no, but I can see you chat. Which means you're probably earning channel points. Is that spikes? Can I actually... Ow, I'm dead. Okay. It's fine, though. Boing. So this is part platformer, part point and click. Crate looks movable. Pushing crates. There's little... He loves pushing crates. So this guy wants to be a platforming, like, guru here. Your nose is different color to the rest of your face. It really is disconcerting. Yeah, it's quirky and alternative. Noses are a different color from the rest of your face. It's so in right now. Even though it makes no sense. Well, your nose looks like it's from a different game entirely. Oh. Oh, it only gives me a certain time. Okay. Let's see if I can disrupt the lightning. Maybe. You're a fifth of the way to Lark Boss? That jump is way too high for my current platformer skill levels. My boring single jump skills aren't going to cut it here. I'm going to need some sort of double jump upgrade in order to get progress. Double jump upgrade, that'd be nice. So this game is very self-aware. It kind of knows what it is. It knows what it's supposed to be, you know? I don't know how I'm supposed to get... How am I supposed to get the other guy in here without shocking myself? See? Ow. Okay. So how does he get over here? How do I shut that off? There's got to be a way to shut the power off here. And then use that block to move... There's definitely gotta be a way, right? Or maybe I just work my way back there and I pull the block. I'll just pull the block. I don't need to turn it off. That's what I'll do. I'll just pull it. So here's what I do. I'm gonna push it. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull it. Right? Then I'll push it again. Then I'm going to get the other guy to stand on it. And then it's kind of like, it reminds me of Brothers a little bit. So I interact with the power source and my options are open, look at, or use inventory. Let's open it up. It's jammed shut. I might be able to get it open with a solid, satisfying whack from something sturdy. Ideally something rubber so I don't get electrocuted. What's my inventory? Ben's handy internal liquid carrying device. I don't want to use my bladder. I'm not walking off the ledge of this ledge. Okay, I'm an adventurer, not accustomed to gravity. Okay, so he's not a platformer. So what I need is some kind of He won't jump at all, ever. Okay. This is so... The music is good. It's like calming and tranquil, even though I'm like trying to figure out what to do. The puzzles are more complicated than I thought they'd be, especially right off the bat here. So he needs something, but I don't know what he could possibly need. There's nothing for him to have up here that I'm aware of. And this just brings that down. It doesn't like turn off the power or anything. It's the power source for a force field yonder. None of this even makes sense, you know. Why are there all these platforms and buttons and stuff in the jungle? It's very self-aware. It's surrealist. Slapdash is what it is. I don't like it. It's just agree to ignore any technology from here on out. It's ruining the vibe. Well, I mean, obviously I can't just ignore it. Let's use bladder. I feel like someone told me once that pissing on electrical equipment is a bad idea. Okay, so I can't remember why exactly. Yeah, okay, that's probably a bad idea. So it's jam shut. A solid, satisfying whack from something sturdy, but I don't have anything sturdy exactly. Ideally, something rubber so I don't get electrocuted. But where do I get such an item? Maybe... Oh, wait. I know what to do. Oh my gosh. They gotta take something off What's-His-Face's dead body. Okay. Hold on. Let's go grab something off that guy's dead body. Let's grab a shoe. Probably. Okay. So here's what we do. We grab this. Bring this over. Okay. I switch. Nope. I get off of that. I switch. I get on this. I lower him down. I go back to this guy. Should have pulled this to the other side first. Okay, there we go. Now, I can come over here. Now, there are too many objects in front of me. This has never happened to me before. Platforming got involved. Okay, that's fine. Better have a big think and decide which one of these to interact with first. The corpse, of course. Investigate. This is what happens when you get into extreme sports like indie development. Nice boots, though. They're huge. With a little tweak, they'd fit Dan. Pick up boots. We're gonna take his shoes off. I told you we were gonna pick up his shoes. 3 minutes in. Oh, man. I'm trying to cure cancer here. Guess that's true. There's also a bubble pipe here, which I should also grave rob. Pick up the bubble pipe. Why not? I'll have that, thank you. Okay, so I have boots and a bubble pipe. So now I go back here and I stand on this, and then I switch. I get off of that. And now I'm still here with this guy, so I'm gonna do this and get him on that box. I'm gonna bring him over here and then push it. There we go. Oh, there we go. And I switch, and then this guy can now use inventory. I'm gonna use my boot. Use on. Boom! I hit it with that. I gave it some welly. Nice, like a boot welly. All right, leaking battery. Look at. It's an old volatile leaky battery. It's powering that electric force field. Pick up. I can't just pick that up. I get electrocuted. I can give it a sturdy whack with something non-conductive. Oh, so I still have the boot in my inventory then. I'll give it some more Welly. No recycling jokes. No recycling jokes until the next level at least. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So now we can both walk through. I told you you'd find walking easier. Once you took your hanky on a stick out of your pocket. Wow. He really hit us with hanky on a stick. Okay. So. My guy here needs to take the elevator up, I think. Okay, we're gonna take the elevator up. But I'm not sure where Ben needs to go from here. We're gonna pick that up. A fine addition to my inventory. A deflated jumping beast with long thin arms like shoelaces. Deadly jumpy thing, repulsive. Here you go, double jump upgrade. Nice, because it's a jumping thing. A single creature wouldn't be enough to propel. My colossal weight. You have massive hands now. And they are super heavy. Besides, I can't just slip my feet into these creatures. They'd slide out. I have to think of something better. They're certainly not too small for Dan's delicate wee feet, but there's something special about these boots to warrant him wearing them. Okay. I'm fastidious these days about only wearing items of clothing that enhance my abilities somehow. Ultra-light lycra jumpsuit I'm wearing, which makes my jog a fraction percentage faster. It all adds up. Platformers really have to be at the top of our game. Okay. So what if I combine... This should work. Okay, so I had to combine the jumpy thingies. And I should source 2 of these jumpy creatures to match the number of feet he has. Well, in that case, where's the other one? I thought it was, maybe it's down below. Maybe it's down below. It's not down here. Yeah, it's not down here. It's not... Is there anything over here? Is there no secret? Okay, there's no secret. So I don't know where the second one of these animals is. Let's see what happens if we interact with use inventory. This is, interesting, to say the least. Alright. So I'm not sure. I definitely need a double jump, right? I need a double jump to get up to here. There's another one of those things. Physically impassable. Or is it? It definitely is. So there's the jumpy thingy. But I can't get to it without the double jump. Which makes me think maybe... What's Ben gotta do here? This is interesting. So he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. I'm gonna have to figure out. Oop! I glitch into the ground. That's that's weird. Okay. That was very weird. The glitches on this are pretty high. I mean, like I said, it is kind of an indie game. It's very self-aware about being an indie game, but it needs more. What if I need to use... No. Where the bubble pipe? Examine. It's a bubble pipe. I've always wanted one on our adventures. But it's not worth it because you never come across any soapy water. That's why all adventures have mucky fingernails. Knowing platformers, though, Dan will have us splashing around in a giant bathtub before long. So here it is. Can't blow bubbles while it's dry, though. Okay. So I'm wearing the bubble pipe. But I can't find another monster. Where would another one of those monsters be? Can I pick up that battery? That seems unlikely. It seems very unlikely. Okay, so... Still got the bubble pipe. This battery is looking particularly volatile. Acid. Good job, my fingers can't feel pain, or this might be jolly sore. Okay, so I have a battery that is leaking some kind of acid. What if I use the acid on these roots? There we go. The acidy battery is going to come in pretty useful, I can tell. Okay. Uh-oh. Some sort of jumping monster in here. Perfect. So this is something that Dan needs. Dan, use your platformer skills to jump on this damn thing, will you? Okay, Dan's got this. Easy. I love how it deflates like a balloon. Okay, so we come over here, we grab this. We pick it up. Okay. Get another sentient creature. That's 2 jumping creatures, which oddly enough, same number of feet Dan has. Wink. Are you telling me about how many feet I have? Yes. Is it still 2? Yep, still 2. Okay. So, combine the boots with the jumpy things. Okay. And then, a massive triumph. I have created a... What are you doing? I'm combining objects in my inventory just like I always do. Huh. Oh, look. If you're going to insist on sticking boring 1995 ways of doing everything, at least call it crafting from now on. Ha ha ha! Got him! Take that, New World. If you want to do bloody things or not. Okay, so now I can give Dan... Look at inventory. Double jump boots. Here you go, I combine you some double jump boots. Okay, Ben, what a lovely item you've crafted here. Fine. I've crafted some double jump boots for you. Here.
I mean, double jumping is ridiculous enough as it is, but these boots bestow a second preposterous mid-jump jump, so you can reach higher heights than ever before. Mm-hmm. You do that every time you put your shoes on, do you? Actually, I do. There we go. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, that was so close. I almost had him in the right spot. There we go. Soapy. Wow, okay. That was... Can we use bubble pipe? It's a bubble pipe. Yeah. Remove. Craft? No. Craft. Instead of combine, it has now changed the UI to say craft. Ow. Whoa, is that the last checkpoint he crossed? Oh, holy cow. Okay. I should have backtracked him a little bit so that he could... I guess he can't get to that one, can he? Oh, I forgot I could double jump. Okay. So he can't jump at all. Gas leak? Huh. What about... What if I use inventory... Do you smoke bubbles? No. Not like a little boy or a hipster. What about use inventory, pipe, let's wear it. Okay. Now that am I wearing it? I can't tell. There we go. Yeah, see, now that I'm wearing it, I can breathe. But I can't... Oh, yeah, I can. I can use this lever. Seems some switches require me to stand here like a lemon next to them. They'll deactivate if I move. Okay, good to know. Okay. It's a two-part switch. Some sort of newfangled technology. Looks like it uses a person's weight. Sadly, my undernourished adventure body is too weak and pathetic to activate the system. Okay. So, let's... definitely use that switch, but we need the other guy to come through. He can't make it. How is my other guy supposed to make it now that I've got the pipe? Interesting. Interesting. So what have we got here? Use inventory. Can I do something... Can I do something else to this gas leak? Investigate. Here I can... What about... I don't need that gassy. Okay. Hidden switch. Use. Ah, there we go. It was a hidden switch. If the gas disperses, it should be safe. Perfect, because I was using the bubble pipe to breathe. Now, we use. And then... Oh, no. I want to use, and then I want to switch. Now switch. Here we go. Now jump, land. Nice. Oh, wait. We're moving automatically? That was a new one. I guess because... Look. There's a crate hanging from a rope. I bet we'll have to use all sorts of swinging and trigonometry and stuff to get past this bit. Like we used to make a seesaw. And put loads of things on one side. Jesus help me. Another one of these crates. This is your brave new world, is it, Dan? Crate pushing? Adventures began doing that in 2003, mate. Aha, but they're not symbolic psychological blocks when you do it. So it's not as cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I cannot. Let's try to... Interesting. I can lower that, but I can't get up on top. Nothing's examinable. Double jumpable. Uh-oh. I gotta die and then come back up here? Okay. Yep. I had to die. Like, that was the mechanic for getting back up there. Okay. Push. I wouldn't be able to shift it even a little bit. Besides, I have no intention of feeling this gold over here. This gold, this adventure? Okay. But you're... Oh, that's so weird. The little character glitches in this game. So, I can't shift it. Battery acid? Okay, I brought it down from the crate here. I'm just gonna burn holes in everything. This adventure will be done in a jiffy. Okay. Now I can push it. No. Dan can push it. Blimey, Dan. This gold is 19.3 gram per cubic, and you're pushing a entire crate of it? Yes. Yes, I am. Gold-plated lithium. Okay. Okay. I can't quite get through here. But maybe I can get... I can't get up to there. But I can get across. Yes, I got across. And... Am I really gonna just drop an airplane on my friend? Okay. Not quite. Yeah, I dropped an airplane on my friend. But... Flightless plane. Push. Some sort of big-fisted freak. Okay. I can't push this. Only a preposterous little whippet with hands the size of planets could shift this. Of course. Battery. Uh-huh. And yet still is presumably going to be able to power a small airplane. Well, yes, of course. It's incongruous jungle tech for you, but yes, we're going to plug it in. And it's going to power the airplane. Got it. Okay. There we go. And they're moving on their own now. So the tree's gonna fall over, and then Ben's gonna be able to climb straight up. Exactly what I intended to happen. Come on, let's go. So I just use the airplane propeller as basically a chainsaw. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and grab the leaking battery. Really? Oh, wow. The top got chopped off. It's still full of acid, but it's just in a drinkable format instead. Wow. Delicious. Okay, so now we're going to cross this little thing here. And we're going to use inventory. Of course, the battery. And that'll get rid of the vines. It's like a fourth use for leaky old battery. Yeah, I mean, I've carried a shipbroken battery before, but I find them they're useful. It's true. Use the lever. Okay, and that's going to require him to stand there, and then Dan will come and join him. Nice, and then it moves us through. So there's lots of little areas. Little puzzly areas, and here's a flower. That means Ben has to go get it. We've beaten the game, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's Dan. No. No, it's not Dan. That's what I want. Pick up the flower. Below. Here you go, Dan. The exact flower we need for Matsy's colon cancer. Yes! Whatever life throws at us together, we'll muddle through every time. Can we go home now? Well, the end, everybody. We did it. Oh, that's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Toby Evans. Tom Waterhouse. I love the credits here. Ben Ward. Dan Marshall. That was cool. That was a cool sequence with cool music. It reminded me of the Cowboy Bebop song, so maybe that's why I liked it so much. It occurred to me, oh my gosh, speaking of Cowboy Bebop, it just occurred to me that Cowboy Bebop has a live-action Netflix show, and chances are it's going to have a different theme song. But why? Tank is just so perfect. It's the perfect show theme song, and Netflix is going to change it. I mean, maybe it'll be good, but probably not as good as Tank. London, 2 weeks later. Uh-oh. The flower we brought home is, causing problems, huh? I swear, it feels like London gets worse every time we come back. I can't remember all this deconstruction, underlying sense of dread and whatnot. All the apocalypses have come at once. Run, you idiot. This spot won't stay sheltered forever. I can't run. I'm an adventurer. I might be able to manage quick walking. Although, honestly, that still seems a little fancy for me. You'll have to give me a piggyback ride. Ho 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 ho! No chance I'm setting that precedent. I'll put you in near infinite concrete slabs in your bindle and then jump on my back without warning. Not an issue. This is an infinite space, zero weight inventory. Standard adventure. Well, okay, let's give it a go then. Stand still while I come up and activate you. Okay, so let's switch. Overbend to pick up. Oh, we have to, Oh, you're far too heavy. It must be at least partly huge, full to bursting point bladder. Oh, yes, of course. Honestly, you spend hours and hours on these adventures walking, talking, and using... And you never take a wee break? Oh, okay, so I have to go use it? You're gonna do yourself a nasty one these days. Go use bladder in a pile of rubble or something. Maybe a platforming brutes, relieve yourselves wherever you like. Maybe I'm gonna hold on for proper civilized facilities. Thank you very much. Or a grave. I'll always take the opportunity to piss on a grave. Well, let's put this box in here because it's clear that's what we're going for. And look at the street. It goes up. Okay, it's clear that's what we were going for here. Okay. So let's... Ooh, he can't get up this direction, can he? Been still far too heavy. What's your current state? My bladder is full. Let me find a way to empty it. So he won't just... Oh no, I only leave two places. Toilets and graves. Okay. Alright. 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 Well, let's, Piccadilly Circus. Okay, let's... There's a dead person. Does it count? Entrails? Use inventory. Bladder. I feel like pissing on a clown's entrails wouldn't be funny somehow. Well, it is a clown. Can I pick up? No chance of my picking any of this up, so I cannot. And that's a little intestine. What's really okay? Okay. So I've managed to come over here, but entrails don't need melting or charging up. Bubble pipe, flower. Whatever killed this clown, it wasn't cancer. Okay. Yeah, the guy who won't use his bladder. So he's very particular. I don't care how dinosaur I refer to myself. Okay, okay, sorry. There must be a puzzle-oriented way of raising myself off the ground. Okay. So he needs to just get little step. I can't even get up this massive step all on my own. Look at the apocalypse has destroyed the bottom of these steps, rendering this route inaccessible to people without jumping skills. So he will not jump. Damn these cursed apocalypses. What am I, a platformer? The colossal mountain would require a Herculean amount of effort to mantle. There must be another easier way. This won't help me up and over this massive step. Okay, so there's not an object anywhere for me to pick up here, as far as I can tell. Except for Dan. And this clown entrance. Outdoor loo.
There's an outdoor loo way up here. And 2 telephone booths. These guys are hilarious. I'm looking at the clowns. Oh boy. Alright, it's a toilet, but its personal intergravity seems to have me all left. Okay, well, okay, so I can't pick up the entrance. Okay. Ah! Okay. Cool. All right, let's see what I can do here. Okay. All right, I see it. I see it now. So we're gonna flip. And then we're gonna... Oh, it didn't switch my gravity back. This one goes... Okay, so you gotta look at the particles. If the particles go down, gravity goes down. If the particles go up, gravity goes up. Alright, I'm getting it now. Alright, okay, here we go. I think the key is here to avoid those. We want to go up. We need to find a part that we can push down to the ground. Oh, I died. Somehow. Oh, look, gravity to the left. There we go. Gravity going left now? Okay. Oh boy, and my controller is sideways. Okay. And now I can push this toilet. Look at that. Okay. So now all I have to do is... Boom. Now I'll bring this guy. Oh, okay, that was actually a really cool puzzle. I thought those glowing things would kill me, but I'm glad they didn't. So here's his bathroom. Okay, the door is open. Now for the messy phases. Use. I can't just use the toilet. I need to use my bladder on it. Oh, well, of course. This adventure pipework, chat. It's complicated down there. You still look quite heavy. Maybe there's a way to lighten you. What's your current state? My bladder's empty because that lovely wee I had. But my lungs still feel really weighed down. Oh, blast. The balloons. The balloons. I see it now. Okay. Okay. Entrails. Clown. Suck. I should be able to breathe in some of the helium, keeping him up. Which, per science, will make me much lighter. Yes, of course. If you just hold your breath the entire time.
My voice has gone all silly. Empty bladder and wonderfully light lungs. I can carry you wherever you need to go. No more taking turns walking like a pair of idiots. Okay. Alright. We can now piggyback. Just like real grown-ups. Da-na-na! Upgrade plus plus! Hurrah! Now I can be Ben's personal taxi service, which means we won't have to take turns walking anymore. So from now on, I can... Okay, perfect. Let me down so I can use that switch. I can't interact with anything from up here. It's too erotically charged. Okay. Use. Might be a good idea if I don't put you down for this bit. We'll get us back to the flat in one piece. Then you can resume your precious autonomy. Good call. I don't always risk scuffing my shoes on anything apocalyptic. Okay, demons, zeppelins, spaceships. Oh, I meant to jump over that. Okay. I'm like looking at the background going, whoa. And I die because I like crash into spikes I don't even see coming because I'm like looking back there at all the cool stuff. Fair warning, I've just done it. Let's do this apocalypse. Whoa, get out of here, it's the bomb. Oh! Not helping. Okay. Water thing was kind of weird. I was expecting it to, like, do something, and it didn't do anything. There's a couch. I totally could have solved this with dialogue, you know. Why didn't you just use some of the dialogue to shut up? Which doesn't make any sense. Whoa. Tentacle monsters. A cracked moon. Aim for that small shed. Okay, cool. That was actually a pretty cool little segment. That was actually a pretty cool little segment. Let's see what we got. Am I supposed to do something? Is this a loading screen? Push all the buttons, it didn't really work. I think it's a loading screen. Or the game is stuck. Or the game is stuck. We're gonna give this loading screen I'm gonna give this loading screen like 60 more seconds. I'm gonna give this loading screen 60 more seconds to do something. And if it doesn't do it, I end the video right here and I'm giving this game a bad review. I mean, the graphical glitches earlier were like a problem. Like you would jump and then you would like land inside the ground. But yeah, while we're waiting on this load screen, let's give Dog a treat. Good idea. We got to give Harley a treat. We've got some boo bits here. These little blue buffalo boo bits, which is blue buffalo booblet.
Yeah. They're little dog treats, and they got little bat shapes and ghost shapes and pumpkin shapes. We gotta have those for Halloween. Harley can hear the bag. Listen. She knows right where to be. What a good dog! Look at that good dog. Look at that smart little good dog. And the shape is a pumpkin shape. Pumpkin is probably the second most common. The most common is bat, just because of the shape. The bat is so much easier to grab. Did it go underneath? Did it go underneath Harley? Hey, here. There you go. And she's gonna dig for that other one because she can smell it down there. She can smell it. I know she can. Maybe she got it with her tongue. Maybe it didn't go that far. Yeah, she got it. I think she got it. All right, she got 2 for the price of 1. Also, my wife wanted me to take my my zinc and my elderberries pills, so I gotta take those. And in this load screen, it's still here. It's still here on this screen. So we played the game for an hour. We beat the first 2 stages, like the little intro stage, which was actually kind of cool. It kind of gave you like an overview of how to play the game, and whatever. And then at stage 3, this is a game I could probably play more of. Yeah, there's a store. Size 5 store, premium inventory items. Wait, what? We're not ready to bring it online just yet. There are inventory items to help you get through the game's trickier puzzles. So you could pay to win, essentially. Achievements, options, auditory, game, dialogue speed, verbosity full waffle, critical only. Oh, okay. I get it. So you can change how much they talk. Do you want full waffle, low waffle, or critical only? So, like, if you're just annoyed with all the dialogue box and you're like, come on, let's just go platform, you can actually turn that down. And I like that option. That's a good option to have. Dialogue speed, how fast? Okay. Accessibility, so there's font size, dyslexic friendly font, which is kind of cool. Black behind dialogue, white dialogue, type speech, show speaker names, auto progress, platforming assist. So you can get a little bit of assistance with the platforming, a little bit more coyote time, a little bit more like wall, ledge climb, that kind of stuff. Okay. I mean, it looks like they really quit. Yeah, defo. Yeah, defo. We're gonna quit. Wow, the music. Okay. All right. Well, now it's time. Now it's time to give this game a review. The music is pretty decent. I'm gonna give it that. So let's.
Well, do you have any grapes?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Oh, that I opened up a tab and it unmuted. All right, there we go. So let's open up my review sheet. Here it is. I've got a special sheet just for this. Okay. We're good. Okay, after such a good game last night, it really disappoints me that this game isn't going to be great. We are not recording yet. There we go. It's a good thing I double checked. Okay. This is my review for Lair of the Clockwork God for Nintendo Switch. It's a unique game because you have 2 playable characters and you can toggle between Dan and Ben. And Ben is a point and click. He walks everywhere. He cannot jump. He cannot run. He cannot lift things. He can interact with objects. He cannot push the big blocky ones, but he can interact with objects. And he has an inventory of items that he can use. He can pick up items. He can combine items. And then he can use the items on things. Whereas Dan is a little bit more of a platformer. He could run, he could jump, he could push the heavy blocks, and you need to kind of use them both in tandem to help them both navigate the treacherous terrain of the maps. It's a good game in theory, and it moves a little slow.
because of the way Ben moves in particular. He cannot run, he cannot jump, he just kind of has to walk slowly. And there's a lot of kind of verbose dialogue between the two because they're friends. They kind of heckle each other, give each other a hard time. There is a setting in the settings option to bring their dialogue down a little bit, and then there's a setting to bring their dialogue all the way down to critical only, so that if you get tired of kind of that friendly banter and you want less story, more game, you can do that. So that's a nice option to have in the settings, but overall it's two types of games at once: point and click adventure with combining items and using items to solve puzzles, but it's also kind of a jumpy platformer where you have to acquire items to help you do things like double jump and things like that. So overall, graphics wise, let's go ahead, and it's a pixel art, but it's kind of a flat pixel art. It doesn't have a very high color depth. It's not exactly 8-bit or anything. It still feels very 16-bit, but kind of a lazy 16-bit, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of like a 5. I'm going to stick with maybe a 4. Actually, I'm going to go to a 4 because there was a lot of times I got clipped into items. I would jump as Dan. I could jump, and then when I would land, I would fall into the ground. And then my sprite would like shake and quiver there and then pop up to the top. I didn't like that at all. The graphics were glitchy and weird, and in fact, I beat the second phase, and then it just locked me onto a loading screen and wouldn't load beyond that. Gameplay, I'm going to go ahead and give it something like a 6. I thought the gameplay was good and innovative, and I enjoyed some of the mechanics in there. There was definitely inspiration from other games, specifically like Celeste. I think there was some scenes in there where I found a lot of similarities between Lair of the Clockwork God and Celeste. As far as audio goes, I'm actually going to give this one a little bit higher. I'm going to give it like a 7. The music was really good. The beep speech wasn't exactly beep speech. It was kind of a mumble speech. It kind of sounded like they were talking backwards. But it wasn't, they didn't have to do it the entire time. They would do it like once, and then the dialogue, the text would just kind of continue. So it wasn't too annoying, but it was pretty good. Story, I didn't really get too far into the story. You've got 2 players, and they start off looking for a flower that cures cancer. The game is very self-aware. The game knows that it's a game. The guys that play it are game developers, and one guy is a platformer guy, and one guy is a point and click guy, and they know what they are. They're like, I'm not a platformer. I refuse to jump. I will never jump. I'm not a platformer. I am a puzzle guy, and they know that they're in a game. It's very self-aware, but it still kind of lacks substance. It feels hollow. You know what I mean? It's one of those parodies for parody's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5. This gives this game a 5.5 out of 10. And if I have to round to a whole number, I'm probably rounding down. I was not impressed. For $15 in the eShop, this game should have been better. The graphics glitching, it should have been a little bit faster pace on the gameplay, and the story could have been a little bit more compelling. The audio was probably the best part. The music was fantastic, especially the intro credits music was just amazing. But the rest of the audio wasn't all that great. I feel like it could have been a little bit more intuitive. For $15 in the eShop, definitely not worth it. $10 in the eShop, it's kind of a mix if you're really into that kind of thing. If it goes to $5 in the eShop, go ahead and pick it up, but there's no physical cartridge for this one available. So that pretty much sums it up. I give it a 5.5. Okay, that wraps up the stream too. I've only been going for an hour and 15 minutes because, like I said, the game froze on me. What else was I supposed to do? I probably could have reloaded it, but to be honest, I wasn't even having that much fun, which means, which says a lot. Which says a lot about the game. We're going to raid Aki and Peach. Aki is going to play some Destiny 2, and he's gonna have a good time with that. But I like Aki a lot. He's a good friend of mine, and he's going to be streaming Destiny. He's only been on for 35 minutes, so he's got plenty of time to go. He's going to be going long into the night. But tomorrow, Metroid Dread. I am so excited. Tomorrow's my M day. I'm going to try to start as early as possible. I do have to go out to a birthday dinner tomorrow night at 5:30. So I should be home by like 7.
So if I get started at 7:30, we have plenty of time for Metroid Dread. I am so excited. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Tanner, I will see you soon. Maybe we'll play some Overwatch the next couple of days. I know you've been playing Back for Blood, so that'd be awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Metroid Dread Friday, and then Saturday, Nightbook. It's an interactive FMV. I need people in the chat to help me make decisions about what to do in the FMV game, because that'll be fun. Nice and interactive. I'll see you guys tomorrow.